Hi there, it's Tiffany, and today I'm going to demonstrate how to do the ribbing. We have a ribbed border around this blanket, which is called the Modern Dash Baby Blanket. And it's a common border that we use a lot, and basically all it is alternating front and back post double crochet. But for this demonstration, I thought I'd just show you with this little swatch that we made for that blanket. So this is baby blanket tiny yarn, and all you do is you pull up a loop in any corner and chain 3. Now depending on what project you have working will depend how many stitches you put in the side of the row. But for this baby blanket, since it was half double crochet, I am working 1 double crochet per row. The most important thing is probably to just make sure that you do your stitches as evenly as possible. And I know borders are the trickiest part, I swear. So you don't want them too far apart and you don't want them too close together. If they're too far apart, the fabric will kind of pull, and if they're too close together, then it starts to gather. So there's just a rule of thumb, maybe 1 double crochet per rows of single crochet in half. And if you've done rows of double crochet, then I would put 2 double crochet per row. But again, the most important is try to keep them as even as possible. So I'm working on down the row, just working 1 double crochet per, and when I get to the corners, I will work 3 double crochets into each corner space. And just in case you're a brand new beginner and you don't know what a double crochet works or looks like, I will slow down and show you that I'm yarning over, I'm inserting my hook, and I'm pulling up a loop, yarning over and pulling up a loop. Then I'm yarning over again, I'm just pulling through 2, and then I'm yarning over again, and I'm pulling through 2 more. And that's a double crochet. So here I am at the corner, and I'm going to work 3 double crochets to kind of round the corner. So continue doing this around your whole blanket, and I will meet you back where we pulled up a loop and started. All right, I'm back to where we began. Here's what I've got so far. Worked those corners around, and so we come back here, and sometimes it can be a little bit tricky. That's our turning chain right there, or our chain that we pulled up a loop. So I'm going to work, this is my little corner space right here. So I'm going to go ahead and work my remaining last 3 around the corner, just like that. And now around that starting chain is where I'm going to work my first front post double crochet. So I'm going to push it forward, and I'm going to do my double crochet. Then on the next one, it will be a back post double crochet. So that means that I push the post to the back and I pull up a loop. Just like that. Work my stitch around it. Sorry. Okay. Front, pushing it forward. Oops. Okay, do that again. And the back. Okay. So just continue around on down, and I'll show you what we do to the corner when you get to that middle space. So if you want to continue alternating front and back post, I'll meet you back when I get to that first corner. Okay, sometimes when you get to the corner, it doesn't really matter if it's a front or back post. It really doesn't matter. So I've ended on a front, and this is the first leg of those 3 that are in the corner. So I'll go ahead and work that as a back post. And then, so the first stitch around this center one will be a front. So this time we will do front, back, front. But sometimes you'll come on the corner and it will be back, front, back. It just, the most important thing is to keep it consistent just with what you're doing down the side. Okay, so there's my back, and it's a little tricky. Got to kind of push that stitch forward and again work your last front. So you want to get 3 of those ribbing, the front and back post double crochet around the center one. And so I left with a front, so now I'm going to go ahead and I will do a back post double crochet. Okay, now here we go, alternating all the way down the side, and you will work that all the way around. I'll show you when we get back to the thing, but really there's nothing to do. Just keep going. You're going to keep going all in the same direction. You never have to join the rounds. It's kind of easy that way, and you'll just keep going. And we usually do anywhere between 4 and 5 rounds of this. 1 round being all double crochet, just to start your border on the blanket, and then about 3 or 4 rounds of the alternating back and forth, back post and front post double crochet. And that really leaves a nice border, and it's pretty easy and looks really great. Now, I will say, if you find that your border is starting to shrivel up, you've probably spaced out your base stitches a little bit too far apart. With burnout blanket baby tiny, it's pretty even, pretty forgiving, and you're not going to have that problem. But if you're using different yarn and that's what you see, is that you're getting a lot of a closed in look, your stitches here on that base row are a little bit too far apart. And that's because this is kind of a stitch, you know, it's ribbing, it will pull in. And I also, you know, you could use this stitch, we use it around the wrists of sweaters, the bottoms of sweaters, you know, that's what I'm saying. It's the brim of hats. So it naturally wants to pull in. So that's why I really don't recommend doing any more than 4 or 5 rows around of it for the blankets. Otherwise your blankets will start pulling in too much too. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this. Another recommended yarn to use though with this stitch that won't give you too much is the burnout velvet. It's beautiful, and we've done ribbing stitches with that, and it looks really, really good. So here I am to the corner 3, and I will be doing a front and a back and a front around this middle one, and then continuing, alternating all the way down the side. And when I get back over here, I will just continue on. There's my middle, and I'll just keep going around and around. So kind of easy when you don't have to join the rounds. So all right, thank you so much. I hope this tutorial is helpful. Look in the descriptions if you're seeing this on YouTube for links to the specific blanket, links to more written instructions on our website. We are daisyfarmcrafts.com. And thank you so much for coming by.